Following the recent attack in Pahalgam, India has taken a series of decisive actions that have significantly altered the trajectory of its relationship with Pakistan. The suspension of visas and expulsion of Pakistani nationals has significant diplomatic and human repercussions. On a diplomatic level, it effectively halts most civilian engagement between India and Pakistan, including cultural, academic, and business exchanges. This move is widely interpreted as a signal of escalating tensions and is seen internationally as a severe downgrade in bilateral relations verging on a formal break in diplomatic ties. Beyond politics, the decision has a deeply personal impact on individuals. Pakistani patients who travel to India for critical medical treatment are left in limbo, and families with members on either side of the border are suddenly cut off from visiting loved ones. The expulsion of Pakistani diplomats further strains already fragile relations by significantly reducing formal and informal communication channels between the two countries. With fewer opportunities for back-channel diplomacy, the risk of misunderstandings and miscalculations increases, especially during periods of heightened tension. This move is also deeply symbolic, reflecting India's firm stance and clear rejection of any explanations or conciliatory gestures from Pakistan. It sends a strong public message that India is unwilling to tolerate what it perceives as continued provocations or lack of accountability. The suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty, an agreement brokered by the World Bank in 1960 to manage the shared use of the Indus River system, marks a potentially explosive turning point in India-Pakistan relations. As water from the Indus is critical to Pakistan's agriculture and survival, any attempt by India to halt or divert its flow would be perceived as a severe strategic threat. While such a move may give India temporary leverage, it also carries serious legal and reputational consequences, potentially damaging India's standing as a reliable party in international agreements. Most alarmingly, Pakistan has previously declared that any unilateral diversion of Indus waters would constitute an act of war, making the risk of a military confrontation dangerously real. India's deployment of the Indus Vikrant, its flagship aircraft carrier, serves as a powerful demonstration of military readiness amid escalating tensions. This move is widely viewed as strategic posturing, signaling India's preparedness to escalate militarily if provoked. However, such a deployment does more than just send a message to Pakistan. It also heightens alert levels across the broader Indian Ocean region. Major global powers with a naval presence such as the United States, China, and Russia are likely to monitor the situation closely. Additionally, the military buildup introduces economic uncertainty, with potential ripple effects on investor confidence, regional trade, and foreign direct investment in South Asia. In response to India's actions, Pakistan has implemented a series of countermeasures, each carrying its own set of diplomatic and regional consequences. Pakistan's decision to suspend trade with India reinforces the deepening freeze in bilateral relations. While overall trade volumes between the two countries have remained low, especially after Pakistan suspended trade in 2019 following India's revocation of Article 370, this renewed move cements that earlier break. The economic impact is particularly felt by small traders and local communities near the border, for whom limited cross-border commerce had still offered crucial livelihoods. Though largely symbolic at this stage, the suspension underscores the deterioration of even the most basic economic ties between the two nations. The closure of Pakistani airspace to Indian aircraft adds another layer of disruption and tension to the already strained relationship. This move forces Indian airlines to reroute flights, leading to increased fuel consumption, longer travel times, and significant operational costs. A similar closure in 2019 lasted 6 months and reportedly cost Indian carriers around $100 million, highlighting the financial stakes involved. Beyond the economic impact, the decision is also a classic escalatory gesture, commonly employed during major diplomatic or military standoffs between India and Pakistan, signaling the seriousness of the current crisis. The suspension of the Simla Agreement, a key 1972 accord that established the framework for bilateral dialogue on Kashmir and affirmed the line of control, represents a significant shift in India-Pakistan relations. With the agreement effectively voided, both countries may feel emboldened to take aggressive actions along the border, each potentially justifying their moves under the absence of a binding diplomatic framework. Furthermore, this suspension opens the door for Pakistan to seek third-party mediation, such as through the United Nations or the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC), options that India strongly opposes, fearing external intervention in its internal matters, particularly regarding Kashmir. As tensions escalate between India and Pakistan, both nations are facing a range of common consequences that threaten to deepen the crisis. First, ongoing skirmishes along the line of control have already intensified, and any fatalities, whether civilian or military, could swiftly escalate into a full-blown military confrontation. On the international stage, global powers such as the US, Russia, China, and Gulf states are urging both sides to exercise restraint. Though diplomatic mediation efforts may be hampered by both countries' traditional resistance to foreign involvement, especially regarding Kashmir. Economically, both nations are feeling the strain. Stock markets have experienced noticeable declines, the Indian rupee has weakened, and foreign investment is expected to slow due to the growing regional instability. If you found this analysis valuable, be sure to like and follow us for more detailed insights into the world's most important stories. Stay updated with 60 Second Scoop.